Peace, it's Brother Polight, head of the Crown Illustrious Supreme Grand at Perception of our New Covenant community. We'd like to say peace to the whole family. I'm culturally known by the appellation Nasu Amunre Senatumre, and affectionately known to my peers, of course, as Brother Polight. I'd like to thank you guys for your continued support as our viewership, as it relates to the houseofconsciousness.com, as it relates to Sound of the TV, Black News 102, and of course, New Covenant. And we want to give a lot of love to the new Black Panther Party and welcome you to our humble abode as well. So yeah. You know what we do with the real estate. We do that in another segment. The Evolution Conference is going to go down tremendously. It's going to go down. I'm excited about it. I just was reviewing my brother Steady's new video. The shots have officially been fired. And I just want to remind my brothers, because Ankh is my dude, man. We really connected on a whole nother level as brothers. When we went to the Million Man March, we were supposed to link up with Sarnetta and the rest of the gang. We were supposed to link up with Red Pill, Blue Pill, Sankofa. Man, we got so caught up in what we was doing and talking to the people, it suffice to say that we just felt like, why spread ourselves thin? Let's cover ground where we at. And as we try to work our way towards Brother Sarnetta, we just kept being stopped, building, connecting with the people. And I wouldn't lie to you. It probably was 1 million people there, definitely hundreds of thousands. But I'm going to tell you this. That's very interesting. It feels like, so I'm going to say it that way, because I don't know the actual tally. But my brothers can also attest, not just me. It felt like over 50% of the people out there were aware of Sarnetta TV. Felt like it. Felt like they was aware of KTL, Know the Ledge. Felt like they was aware of New Covenant. And that impression was made simply by the fact that we couldn't go nowhere without being recognized. Oftentimes, when you do what you do, you might see what you're doing as minuscule. Until one day it actually comes to fruition based on experience. I know what we do is big. I see the viewership just on my channel. When you go to New Covenant or New Covenant TV or Conscious, Non-Conscious, when you go to YouTube and you go to my channel, you'll see the tens of thousands of subscribers. You'll see the millions of views that I got on a channel that features me exclusively. Then we look at Brother Rich, and he got tens of thousands of subscribers. He about to be at 100,000 eventually. Of course, Sarnetta, no matter what channel he get, if they take it down, he put up a new channel, just like that, tens of thousands of subscribers. Trust me, family, if his channel wasn't taken down several times, he'd be over 100,000 subscribers. This is amazing. I don't think he had the Sarnetta Studios for a year yet, and it's popping. You had it for a year? You had it for a year. It don't feel like it. You ain't have that for a year, right? And I mean, what he's able to do inside a short span of time, as far as viewership is concerned, just shows we have a faithful and true following. And what I want to do, I really want to discuss that Million Man March. We need to discuss that. We need to talk about that. But what I give him kudos for is the fact that he was able to organize that much people on a call. I don't think Obama would be able to organize that much people on call. I don't think we have a Hebrew Israelite in America that can call for even all the Hebrews to come out, let alone black people. So, and that's not a shot at my brothers. The Moors, it goes for everybody. He has that influence. He's in a significant enough position where at the very least he can do that. And that very least is on a very large scale of magnitude. With that being said, I have a great deal of respect for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan for his ability to be able to help us convene on that great day. From that point forward, it's just our responsibility. So when you see Sarnetta Studios out there doing what black media does, I was very impressed. When I looked at the video, you guys got to really pay attention. And this is why I'm telling you why Sarnetta is so very important and valuable to the community. Whether you like some other things we put up or not, stop front like Some of you thumbs down every damn thing. Stop fronting like you don't like it. You love it. That's why you keep coming there just to at least thumbs it down. Something about it is what you love. You connected to it. You addicted to it. You love to hate it. You hate it to love it. But I want you to see something here. When Ferguson is on fire and set ablaze, it's on TV every single day. You can't get enough coverage. Even if it's the same damn thing we see in riots traditionally. Cars burning, police got rocks thrown at them, bottles breaking, people looting and stealing from the stores, destroy their own community, the police come out with riot gear. We know it's the same old story. Yet and still, it has to be seen. Anytime we have lost our mind, anytime there's an influx of chaos injected into a community, whether it is because a heinous act has been perpetrated against our people by another race, or simply the conventional fratricidal war that our people engage each other in light of the fact that they are gangbanging, or simply just detest each other on account to the racial animus that has been inculcated into their minds by the oppressor. Whatever that case may be, one thing is for sure. If black people are losing their minds, if dark-skinned people, brown people, melanated people are losing their minds or look like they're out of control, the media will certainly cover it and we will see it on every channel. I do believe that there had to be a media blackout, because all the channels that made sure it was their duty to go to Ferguson and show you the violent portrayals of black people that rightfully so were angry, even if their anger physically manifest was displaced. They sought after the footage to catch us in that very compromising and visual disposition. But millions of black people come out, or black people by the hundreds of thousands come out. And BET doesn't even cover the damn story. I'm looking, I'm like, hey, I'm asking my people that was out there, did you see anything about it? No. The Hip Hop Awards show, and what many people don't know, they was trying to air the Hip Hop Awards on the same day as the Million Man March. That's what many people don't know. And they had to be checked about it. They had to be checked about it. And one of the media personnel that played an integral role in the complaint sent to BET, named Dennis Byron. He's part of media, Hip Hop Inquirer, and a host of other media that caters to the demographics that we're particularly trying to reach. And a few other people. They addressed this issue. It had the date moved a few days apart. But there was enough media footage on I'm in love with the Coke. Baking soda. I got baking soda. Like, and you see grown adults singing and cheering as we talk about flooding our streets with drugs that compromise the mental integrity of the children that were born in the interim of the drug and substance abuse of the very parents that consumed the narcotics.
But then you say Black Lives Matter.
Then we say Black Lives Matter. And these Negroes will get up there and accept the award and say, I like to thank God. And then you wonder why we got a problem with God. After they sing, sell drugs in the community galore, they get up there, get an award and say, I like to thank God for giving me this award, for bringing me here. First and foremost, I want to thank God. So after all the prostitution lyrics, after all the promiscuous portrayals of black people, after all the adulterous propagation, the first one they think is God. And then you tell me to worship him as well. Whatever they say and they think, I cannot be in alignment with it. Because whatever it is that they're embracing, obviously isn't condemning them. So I will not call on the same entity as the beings that project disgraceful, derogatory images of our people. So again, it is highly imperative that you take into consideration, people, the significance of Sa Netta TV, Black News 102. Because when he covered the story, no cut, he's the one with the heart. He's the one with the goal that's going to see that white Nation of Islam member say, excuse me, what's your nationality? And we got a similar effect.
I just want to go over there and ask him what is his nationality.
Right, yes, please.
I don't want. I just want to ask him that one question.
Go over there.
That's all I want to ask him.
North Mark
This is awesome. I just want to ask him.
We're on post right now. Please
I know we're gonna leave real quick.
We're on post. That's our comment, brother.
What's your nationality, brother?
We're on post right now. We're on post right now.
No comment, brother?
No comment. We're on post, brother. Respect that.
Man, no comment.
Respect that, brother.
For the people, family, he can't just
Brother,
talk
just
for us,
respect
family.
that.
All right, let's respect that. Let's go, family.
Thank you.
Evidently, we hiding something. Exactly. Let's go. We hiding something.
What was your name? Thank you, brother. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go ahead, son.
Let's get it. Black power in this motherfucker.
You graduate.
You can see what we up against, man. You need another man to talk for you. He's not man enough to just answer one question. What is your nationality? What the fuck are you hiding?
Exactly.
What do you got hiding?
He got an effect that I got. Where a bunch of brothers stood up there like, hold on, he ain't got an answer to you. Oh, of course he doesn't have to answer to me. He's the white man. That's kind of like what's being said. But you see, guess what? Sa Netta TV caught that. So even though the conversation didn't go forward, because we've seen this before. So there's no need to beat a dead horse, but certainly need to beat a dead cracker. Even a living one. If he's talking crazy and reckless or abusing our family. Now, I'm not here to condemn the Nation of Islam. I love them, and historically, they take precedence in our history as a black people. As a people suffering in this diaspora, undergoing an acculturation process. We find ourselves displaced present day on account to the atrocious acts perpetrated by this pale man and this pale woman and his advocacy. The black man that worked his way to the top in his institutions so long as he would promise to betray his own people. So this media, family, is not compromised. When Sa Netta goes out there, you don't know what you may see. When we watch TV, we can rest assured certain things won't be said and certain things won't be done. But when we watch Sa Netta TV, the likeliness of you being able to anticipate what's the next thing that will happen or will be said is very small because it's not censored. Be good, please. Just imagine. My wife is so interested. I got the most interesting wife in the world. Sister Aminette. You don't want to come and say hi to the family? You look beautiful. Come say hi to the family. You know what's so attractive about her? It's her attitude. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't deal with a woman who's passive. Yeah, Sa Netta and Aminette stay at it. They stay at it.
Peace, family.
Hey, say peace. I gotta answer the phone.
Okay.
Hello?
Peace, family. How y'all doing out there?
Yeah, I'm on the mic.
I'm on the mic. We love you guys. We appreciate you. Thanks for the support. You're not ready for that right there.
Yes, so imagine, just imagine, if Brother Polight and Sa Netta were to be at Ferguson and go down there. Just imagine if we are out there at the next potential inflamed situation consistent with the deaths or the themes of white supremacy and the black people that are tired of it. See, to support your media, what you really got to do is fund it. You got to fund your media. You have to say, hey, we're going to fund the security the camera crew, because we can't go down to one camera. We need 2, 3, 4 cameras, catch different angles, and there might be 2 things brewing simultaneously. We got to split the group up. What y'all don't realize is we buy these chips for our camera. We buy the technology. We just got some new technology today. Brother Sarnetta is upgrading. I'm upgrading. But who's giving us the money to upgrade? This is just us saying we want to have better quality. We want to produce a better program. But everybody says this. Well, Sarnetta got them gators. So instead of buying them gators, why don't you buy some more stuff for us to leech off of you for free? This is not everybody. But this is a lot of people's mentality. Polight, you drive a Bentley. Just turn your Bentley in and then you'll have all the money that you need. Why does somebody have to use the bulk of their earnings when there's thousands of us that's conscious? Why are you telling me we should get 100% from one person as opposed to 1% from 100 people? Family, we can cover a lot of tasks if we all put 1% forth. But we keep talking, nah, man, you got that jewelry and them nice shoes. Turn those in and you'll have all the money. Then what happens when I turn everything in and I can't keep myself alive because I give everything up to do for everybody else? Then what you'll say is, nigga, get a job. You a bum. Stop having your hand out. Stop asking people for everything. This is what you do, so you damn if you do, you damn if you don't. What we're saying is, we've been producing this show. I have to go hard when it comes to Black News 102. Baby, get that phone. We have to go hard when it comes to Black News 102. We have to go hard when it comes to Sarnetta TV, Sarnetta Studios. The reason why we have to do this, Sarnetta TV 2, for those of you who don't know, subscribe to that channel. We have to do this because what would you do if Sarnetta wasn't there at the Million Man March? Who captured what took place with Scientology and I? See, the feeling that permeated from your screen when you saw that had you elated at the experience to know, dang, some black men are standing up and they got heart. It takes a lot of heart to put a camera on a cop. Y'all, I don't know where you people are from, but where we from, you can get physically attacked by law enforcement for putting cameras on them. They want to set up cameras in your community, but once you start putting cameras on them, all sorts of slick side talk be getting done where they'll be ready to break your camera before it all pops off, or they'll confiscate your stuff. All they got to do is lock you up, and then they got to separate you from your money, separate you from your jewelry, separate you from your technology. That's what happens when you get locked up. So all they have to do is come up with a BS excuse, and then guess what happens? Once that excuse to lock you up goes down, then they can manipulate your footage or even break your technology. You don't know what we're risking. We spent all this money on these cameras. See, you look at the gators, but you don't say, damn, that camera must cost a lot of money, and he bought it for us. Y'all don't say that. What you say is, the hell if he bought a nice camera. He only bought a nice camera so he can make money off the camera. What you expect brothers to do? What you want us to do? What you really want us to do? You people need to tell us what to make money off of. That's what you need to tell us. Because damn if we do and damn if we don't. If we get into a scene, you know we don't play games. If you want to see it turned up, you want to see real live events and real action, you need to make sure we can get down there. Because no one can lie. You ain't never seen a better team than Brother Sarnetta and I. You know why? Because we're not even biased against each other. Y'all got to stop fronting. Any of you that know us in our inception, you would know we will always go into war. We just learned each other. It's not that we don't disagree still. We just learned each other. We've been doing this for so many years, sometimes we just smile when the other one's trying the other one. But y'all think this is a walk in the park. Well, we know how to deal with our contentions with each other off the camera and keep it professional on the camera. And from time to time, we may slip, but it's all in love and fun because we brothers. But we keep it real. We don't censor our program. We're not cutting things out. People always saying, hey, Sarnetta, make sure you don't cut this part out. That's not fair to the program, man. I've been around this brother for years. A lot of times you don't realize, because you people don't know, because you don't have the technology, these cameras cut off every 15 minutes or every 20 or every 25.
And let them know. So those of you who got these cameras, you
if you got the 5D camera or the 70D camera, if you got these kind of cameras, tell these people intravenously to get this cinematic shot, you're buying these kind of cameras to get that kind of look. But because of the quality, intravenously you have to press it back on because it shuts off every 15 or every 20 or every 25 minutes. So when you see a cut, sometimes you don't realize it because he's on it. Right. But sometimes there's a little space in between it, and we don't want to look like we hicking up. So what we do, we say, okay, put a transition there from one clip to the next. Right. And people, oh, look how much edits he got there. You don't have the technology, so you don't know. He's not sitting here watching 2-3 hours of footage with the purposes of manipulating it. Eventually, that will have to stop because he got tons of footage he got on the table before him that he got to put out. So this is a platform. Now, y'all keep watching TV. I'm going to stop watching side of the TV. So when you watch TV, you don't think that's fake? Listen, I live in Hollywood, man.
See, and that's why it's important for us to have more than one camera.
Yes.
When one cuts off, the other one is
that's
on,
right.
And that's how you splice
and
it together.
The people should get that other camera. That's right. That's right. Because we can start them 10 to 15 minutes apart so we can alternate in the footage. And then now we'll really need the editing team up in the building. Or we can run the two clips together at the same time and alternate between what is the better shot. He knows how to do that. But this is a work in progress, family. We build up the viewership. We build up a demand for the interviews, for the shows that we do. And in turn, we upgrade as we go. Unless, if you have a critique, fund the operation. But if you're going to just criticize, void of funding, then we're not going to respond or listen to you. Because anyone can emptily criticize. Anybody could give an empty criticism. By that I mean a criticism void of action or operation is worth nothing to a people that's actually doing the work. So when you watch TV, I'm telling you this. I've been to TV shows. If you've never been to a TV show before, it'll make you look at TV totally different. They shoot the crowd separate from the actual show taking place. So when you're watching the show and then they cut to the crowd and everyone's like, yeah, they already shot the crowd saying yay. They have the sign up there that says boo. They have the sign that says say ah. They have the sign over there that says applause. They tape all of that first. And they'll use that same crowd for 3 or 4 shows. Then, in between every commercial, they go back and they put makeup on people so the light can bounce off of them a certain way. You see us, we be sweating like we be going in out there. You see it raw. You actually watching a lot of uncut footage, but you're not appreciating it because Hollywood is giving you this impression that all of that is happening through one stream. But they're actually cutting segments of it, pasting it together, and putting forth an operation that you would conceive to be pretty smooth. And that's okay. That's their prerogative. And it's a good part of business. But what I'm telling you is when you actually sit in there, it'll make you sick of watching TV because you realize how important the music in the background is to mess with your emotions. You don't realize when you watch TV, because you watch it so much, that if the music wasn't playing, you wouldn't even felt the way you felt about the scene. You don't realize that music is creeping in on you and make you feel like, oh, pay attention more. You don't realize that they're taping from the uppermost part down when they want to demean somebody or interrogate somebody or catch them out there, make them feel insignificant. Hey, brother, what do you feel about this scandal that took place? And they'll always tape you about scandals from the uppermost part going downward. If they want to give you the impression that the person they're speaking to is superior, they'll tape from the bottom going upwards because you appear to be larger. You appear to be bigger. If they want you to focus more on who's saying something or they want you to focus on the image, what they'll do is videotape between 2 or 3 people's heads or through the crowd, but just enough to see the one person that's the point of focus. And when they have you piercing through 2 or 3 heads to look through them to see the person that you should be listening to, it causes you instinctively to respond by focusing in on the shot. All these things are things that are being done that, unbeknown to most of us who just watch TV, don't realize the effort that's being put forth to impress upon your mind that a show is better than it may even be. When you watch side of the TV, you say he's cutting everything. You have no idea. We're not here coaching. You have no idea the staff that these people have to put these shows together. People are being coached on your reality shows to respond a certain way, even though it's a reality show. No, Sinetta TV is the reality show. We don't know what the hell somebody's going to say. We don't know what the cops are really going to pull out. We don't know we're going to wind up getting locked up at that moment. You got to give my brother a lot more credit because he got a family. And while he's risking his life out there, pissing some people off, some people, I don't want to be videotaped. Move the camera from. You don't know what we go through just to get these videos. We got to get turned down from several people. We got to turn up. We say, oh, man, that was whack. We ain't going to put that up. So I'm telling you, give love to my brother because, hey, the reason why this is so important is because we see clearly when it comes to us demonstrating our greatness, we can't get no media attention. It was a media blackout. Okay, it was a media blackout. All your favorite channels that you support and you watch TV from didn't feel it behooved them to watch 1 million people congregate. Can Obama even bring that much people out? Who is supporting him so much so that they would fill that place up? When's the last time you seen Washington filled up like that? And no, we're not just going to accredit it only to Farrakhan. We're going to accredit it to our people too. All of us. I'm not a member of the Nation of Islam, but I realize the expedience of going out there. Sinetta's not a member of the Nation of Islam, but he realized the expedience of going out there. In fact, a large portion of that crowd came out there just because of our complexion and our issues. And that was enough to warrant, hey, there's a day where we all going to come out, vent our frustrations, let's get out there. But we just take it a step further and say, man, we're going to make sure that we create a store in Washington. That's something that we did when we went out there. Raise money to make sure a store is created in Washington. Raise money to make sure a store that already exists stays there. The vegan restaurant, the Dynamic Wellness vegan restaurant. Okay. Aside from the vegan restaurant, we also raised money for the family in South Carolina from the flood. We did work. We ain't go out there to meet up. I told everybody I'm not coming out here just to leave and tell people it was great to see so much black people and nobody fought each other. That's disgraceful to say that at this level in 2015 after all those other marches. We went down there to do business. We went out there to network with our brothers and sisters and create a greater bond that no matter what state they go back to, we are interconnected with each other. We could go out there, speak that truth, and people can facilitate on our behalf and await us when we arrive so we can do the good work. We did what we had to do so we can erect new stores. We did what we had to do so we can sustain businesses that are already up. We did what we had to do so we can put businesses in our communities that are necessary, that are seen in a rarity. So let's do this the right way, family. Let's do this the right way. This is a beautiful situation that we find ourselves in. When you have your own media, one of the most powerful things you can have is not a hammer, but a camera. We banging cameras now. The cameras are our salvation. The cameras are our salvation. So with that said, I just want to give thanks to the brothers and sisters that came out to the Million Man March. I want y'all to understand also that, you know what? We may not have been able to galvanize or organize the people in a certain capacity in the offset of the conveyance of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Nonetheless, let's just appreciate the ability for us to convene and to have the sense of mind for us to organize beyond the rhetoric or the disposition of the keynote speaker for that day. It's our responsibility to know what to do when we're all there. So we was giving out flyers. We was pushing. We was giving out flyers. We was going hard. We was doing what we have to do. Peaceful.